Hey everybody, this is Carol with Carol's Daily Sauce, and I am coming back with you guys, or to you guys, with an update on the Amber Guyger case. We already did an update with her being found guilty and being sentenced to serve 10 years in prison for the murder of Botham John in the Dallas, Texas case, in which she entered into his apartment as he ate ice cream in the comfort of his home and murdered him. Go ahead and get you some coffee, tea, lemonade, whatever it is that you'd like to have to drink. We are going to be discussing the update of Joshua Brown, who was a key witness in this case, but was found murdered 2 days ago. Today is Tuesday, so he was found murdered on Saturday morning, I believe Saturday or Sunday morning, which was very, very ironic. Many of the authorities felt that it had something to do with the case. A lot of other things have come out and have indicated that it hasn't. So that's what we're going to be discussing. This is Carol's Daily Sauce. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this out. Don't forget to click on the bell to be reminded of all the videos I upload. We are doing a update reaction on Joshua Brown murder. So, okay, you guys. So my husband was saying at the time that this came out on our news, as we live in California and this took place in Dallas, Texas, the murder and everything, everyone, even newscasters, were speculating that there was a connection with the Amber Guyger case and Joshua Brown being murdered. Because Amber Guyger had been sentenced to 10 years, naturally everybody would connect the case with it being a former police officer being sentenced to prison. Quite naturally, everyone is going to think, okay, we have crooked police officers. We have crooked police officers not only in Dallas, Texas, but all across the country. And what is going on? My husband and I, in our conversation, as I said, we always watch the news, and we had just indicated when we first found out about Joshua Brown being found murdered that it probably had something to do with the Dallas Police Department. I didn't really fall into that because I remembered that Amber Guyger ended up losing her job. So I was like, oh, I don't know. I didn't verbalize it too much to my husband, but I still thought differently. I didn't think it was something that was work of the police department. My husband actually looked at the gentleman that she was having an affair with, her partner, and seeing that it was a Hispanic name, and he kind of put his two and two together and was like, this could be a cartel or any type of situation. I just didn't fall into that. I felt like that there was more. Well, there has been more. Joshua Brown was murdered, and they have found three suspects. They have found three suspects with only one in custody. The story is that there were three gentlemen ranging in ages from 20 to 32 who traveled from Alexandria, Louisiana, to purchase drugs from Joshua Brown, the key witness to the Amber Guyger case. Supposedly, in coming down from Louisiana to purchase the drugs at the apartment complex in which Joshua Brown, I believe, lived in. It may not even have been his apartment complex. It may just have been one that they decided to meet in. There was an altercation. The altercation, it doesn't go in great detail as to why or what they were arguing about. When you're dealing with things of that nature, all types of things can arise. But all three of these persons came to purchase drugs from allegedly, from Joshua Brown. Okay. Supposedly, I believe it was Michael Mitchell was to have gotten into a physical altercation with Joshua Brown. And at that time, one of the suspects allegedly shot Brown. Theatis Green, I believe his name is. Theatis Green, who is 22, supposedly shot Joshua Brown after an altercation. In the altercation, there were other shootings. One person that is actually telling this is Jacarius Mitchell, who is in custody. And he is the one that is actually giving the story to the authorities, because what happened is when the altercation took place, Jacarius ended up getting shot in the chest. Supposedly, Brown shot Jacarius in the chest, and Jacarius fell into the car. Once he fell into the car, Theatis Green, who was the one who is accused of shooting Joshua Brown, snatched his backpack. In the backpack, there were known to be 12 pounds of marijuana, 149 grams of THC marijuana cartridges, and $4,157,000 in cash. Actually, that is what was confiscated out of Brown's apartment. Now, what the police officers did indicate is that they were going to refrain from speculation. I am willing to bet one of the reasons that they said that they were going to refrain from speculation as to assuming what actually happened in this case is because they probably already knew that Joshua Brown was selling drugs. Because, I mean, police officers know, you guys. To make a long story short, Jacarius, who is, I believe, the older of the three suspects. No, I'm sorry. Jacarius is only 20. Excuse me. Michael Mitchell, who is 32, and Theatis Green, who is 22, dropped Jacarius, who is 20, off at the hospital. And anybody that knows anything about anything, when you are shot, doctors are mandated to notify this to the authorities. And in their notifying this to the authorities, this is when the police officers came down and began to question Jacarius. Jacarius then told them what happened. Warrants have been issued for the two other suspects. Michael Mitchell, who is the 32-year-old. It appears that Michael Mitchell may be kin to Jacarius Mitchell, who is the one that is in the hospital and telling the story. So I will be keeping you guys updated as to what is going on, but it looks like that this is a drug deal that just actually went bad. I find it really, really, really crazy that Joshua Brown, who is only 28 years old, was found lying dead on the ground in a parking lot with multiple gunshot wounds. So he wasn't only shot one or two times. I'm assuming when they robbed him, they wanted to make sure that he was dead, because what happened is they stole his backpack. What I was telling you guys about all of the drug paraphernalia that I mentioned, the $4,157, as well as the THC cartridges and 12 pounds of marijuana, that is drug paraphernalia that was located in Joshua Brown's house. There is no telling how much drug paraphernalia the three gentlemen were coming to Texas to purchase. And one of the things about that, the police will not tell you that, because that is evidence. That's evidence, and they can't give too much away. Now, Joshua Brown gave a really good testimony, and they said that on the news that the testimony he gave, they believe, is the testimony that ended up getting Amber Guyger convicted of, who is convicted of murdering Botham John. I had to insert this because I keep looking at the spelling of the name. So if you notice in there that I am saying Jean, please don't charge it to my just looking at the writing or the spelling of his name. I do realize it is Botham John, and I respect him in his death. I respect his parents. So if I have not went all the way through the video and corrected, please know that I do respect them. I am not doing it in disrespect. I do realize his name is Botham John. The reason being is because Joshua Brown, who is now deceased, also lived directly across the hall from, who is convicted of murdering Botham John. I had to insert this because I keep looking at the spelling of the name. So if you notice in there that I am saying Jean, please don't charge it to my just looking at the writing or the spelling of his name. I do realize it is Botham John, and I respect him in his death. I respect his parents. So if I have not went all the way through the video and corrected, please know that I do respect them. I am not doing it in disrespect. I do realize his name is Botham John. He testified how he heard Botham John singing gospel songs and things of that nature. It's just really sad. It's really sad. You do a good thing by testifying against someone who had done wrong, and then you end up getting murdered as a result of your doing wrong, as far as, you know, selling drugs or whatever. I don't know, because I am not there. I wasn't in Dallas, Texas. I didn't witness anything. This could be a plot to make Joshua Brown look like the bad guy because he testified against a Caucasian woman and she got 10 years. I don't know. It could be a situation where it didn't even happen like this, but this is an update that we're being given, that Joshua Brown was murdered as a result of a drug deal gone bad. Go ahead and put in the comments what you think actually happened to Joshua Brown. I know that I will get some comments from people that actually live in the area in Dallas, Texas. It's just very ironic to me that Joshua Brown would testify against Amber Guyger in a criminal trial against a police officer. And once she is convicted and sentenced 10 years, just 2 days later, Joshua Brown, the eyewitness, is found murdered outside of an apartment, and it's associated with a drug deal gone bad. Pretty interesting. Go ahead and put your comments in the comment section. Go ahead and share this out. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to be reminded of all of the videos I upload. This isn't a news channel, but everything that I find interesting, I go ahead and put on. I get a lot of feedback from people indicating that they really like the types of things that I put on my channel. Share out to people, share out to your family, friends, and loved ones. And I'll just continue to be popping them out for Blogtober. I actually was going to put something up, but I'm going to go ahead and edit this and get this out. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. Thank you to all of the ones who have been around with me for a little bit. And thank you to the ones that are coming on board. God bless you, and you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.